Hi, I'm Lori, and welcome to my apartment. I really need to wear my glasses because I've been talking for a while and I realized it wasn't on record. So I'm tucked in a corner here in my apartment because there's going ons in other parts of it. So yeah, I'm here, and this is part of an Opeth album. I can't remember which one, but I thought it was cool, so I hung it up. Um, but I'm excited because I get to see Slayer this year, and Slayer, it just means a lot to me because they were really important in my recovery. I This just sounds weird, but I'll just tell the truth. I would go to church and then I would just feel awful afterwards with all those emotions coming up, and then being around other people's emotions and being an empath. And I would come home and I would put on Slayer, and then I'd feel peaceful, just like peace. And it was weird, but it worked, and I did it, and it helped keep me sober. And that was a little bit after I was out of the halfway house, and but I'm excited to see them. I'm going to a one-day festival, and there's several days that you can pick from, and I've been to this festival. This will be my third year that I'm sober that I went, and my first year that I went, they were playing my favorite band, Tool, and I went with my family, and I didn't have any problems not drinking or using drugs. It was like the best day of my life. I can't, maybe it wasn't the best day, but it was one of the best days, and it was just absolutely fabulous. And everybody had a great time, and we went last year, and our day got rained out, and that's when I was supposed to see Slayer. So, but I get to this year, and we ended up going the next day and we saw Mastodon's. Motley Crue was playing on the main stage, but we were there to see Mastodon if we're going to go that day. And they were playing, it was the 20th anniversary of one of their albums, and so they played a full album there. And it was cool because it was a water themed album. We were like in this much mud, and it was raining, and it was like we were part of the album. It was like a full on experience, so it was really cool. And but this year we get to see like Lamb of God. Now, I entered to win tickets to see them like on a cruise. It was like the Headbangers Cruise, or I'm not sure what it's called, but I heard one of my friends went on it, and I'm like, I didn't know there was such a thing. And I looked into it, and it was like Lamb of God was the main attraction for the next year, and so I entered to win tickets. Now I didn't win, but I'm excited to be able to see them. And then I've been listening to Kubla Khan, and I've heard of them before, but they're going to be there, so I want to see them. And I'm just happy to go that day because it's a heavier day, and it's got some of the older bands, and I'm older. So there's like Fear Factory, Exodus, Cannibal Corpse. I just want the experience to see them. I'm not the biggest fan, but that'd be really cool to see them. Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson. I like Marilyn Manson, so it's going to be great. And I'm just going to a concert sober is just so much better than ever. You know, I would go either high meaning smoking pot, or real drunk and wanting to get drunker. So yeah, and I don't even really remember. And like some concerts, I'm pretty sure I went, but I don't know exactly if I did or not. And that's kind of nuts. Like, I don't know if I ever made it in the door, if it's a false memory, did I go or not? Because I've been to a lot of concerts, but like I remember one song, and I'm like, okay, did I really go to that concert or not, or what happened? I have no idea what happened. So, but it's nice to have the memories and, to see other people in recovery and doing what they love. Now, I've had, just from doing some things, and I try not to brag about it, but I'm happy about it that I've worked hard to stay sober, to build up a little bit of my income. I don't make a lot of money, but doing things like that, if it's going to be the best day of my life, then I want to spend money on it. So it's worth it, So, I save up, I know that I'm going, and I'm willing to have less money at a certain period of time. So, I'm willing to kind of balance it out. But just to sort of talk to other people, and it's not that I care too much about their reactions, but I've talked to people, like I'm excited and I want to tell people, like when I was going to Salem, Massachusetts, and I had some people say, well, I'm jealous, but I feel like they were joking. But I had some people where I really felt like they were jealous and that they weren't happy for me or excited. And I've had people say, well, I want to go there, and almost feel defeated, like they're upset that I am doing something I want to do because they want to do it. And I kind of understand that a little bit. I guess when I first moved out of the halfway house, I didn't have any money, and it took a long time to kind of build up a little bit. I guess get some momentum because I moved pretty slowly in recovery, and I don't make any quick changes, and I try to keep my schedule a certain way so I have time for recovery, and I don't want my whole life to be work. So, but I wasn't able to do some of the things, like I wanted to see Clutch and I wanted to go to Louder Than Life, and I wasn't able to do either one of those things the first year after I left the halfway house. So I would have been about 18 months sober, 2 years sober, something like that. And so I felt a little bit defeated, but I feel like I'm happy for people if they get to do what they want, and maybe, but I don't think everybody's happy. And I don't know if that's envy or jealousy or what that is, but I've told people, they're like, well, I wanted to go. I'm excited, and I'm telling you, and they're not listening. They're just thinking about, like a poor me kind of thing. But I just say, well, you can go. Just because I'm going some places, I mean, you can't ever go there. So, and I had one friend kind of be like, oh, like they didn't even think of that. I'm just jealous that you went, but no, you can go there. You can actually plan and go. So, and I think that's cool because I like to hear where people have gone and, what it's like. And so maybe I want to go out there and check it out, and they can have some recommendations for me. And, oh, you need to go here, give you some instructions and some advice, like this is beautiful, or you should try this, and, and take those suggestions. And, get excited for each other that, eventually we'll be able to do some things that aren't just work and go to recovery meetings. And there's nothing wrong with that at all if that's what you can do or you want to do. But eventually you can find one thing that you want to do maybe in a year, and save up money and do that thing, and take somebody that's sober too and go for it. So I hope you guys feel confident that that's possible. All right, love you guys. All right, bye.